Next, it's Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats live right here on Local 4. NBC programming returns next week. Now stay tuned for a primetime special sneak peek. Welcome to Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats live. Your A to Z guide to Pontiac's largest annual street festival. We've got an action-packed hour full of celebrity interviews and blockbuster performances. It's guaranteed to be a blast. Taste the food, hear the music, and sneak a peek at the arts. Plus, we've got everything you need to know if you're coming out this weekend. From where to park to what to bring. The fun starts now. It's Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats Live 2002.
Hello, everybody. We're coming to you live from downtown Pontiac, Michigan. And welcome to Chrysler's Arts, Beats, and Eats Live 2002. Look at that, Devin. I'm Carmen Herlin.
And I'm Devin Skillian. You know, traditionally, the Labor Day weekend is summer's last hurrah, but with everything going on in Southeast Michigan this weekend, the last hurrah is going to be a very loud one. Welcome live from Pontiac.
Oh, happy Labor Day.
You too.
Almost.
You too.
You know, we do so many live things. You know, we do the Thanksgiving parade every Thanksgiving for Christmas. We do the fireworks, and now we're proud to add the Arts, Beats, and Eats to that tradition.
And one difference from those programs, usually when we're coming to you live from places like that, we're telling you about something that you're obviously at home, you're not attending. Well, in this case, fortunately, this event will be going on for the next 3 or 4 days here in Pontiac. So hopefully after you see everything going on here tonight, you'll come out and see us this weekend.
And you know what? They're glad we're here. Thank you so very much. That was so nice. We don't get that every night, do we? You know, we're going to try to fit everything in this 1 hour. We've got celebrity interviews. Dear McCarty's here,
yeah,
Michelle Branch,
right.
and you are very familiar with her. We've got a wonderful artist over there that if he doesn't really do a nice picture of me, I'm going to be really upset. His name is Byron Hunter.
Yeah, caricatures are being drawn as we speak. More on that coming up as well. You bet.
Right?
A little bit of something for everybody here tonight.
Look, and everybody's here. Chuck Adick is here, and Paula Tubman. In fact, Paula, where are you?
Oh, you guys. Hey, you guys, I'm on the southwest corner of Pike Street at Saginaw. Comcast has Nickelodeon's Game Lab. If you have cable, you know, we told you this place was family friendly, but I think we didn't tell you it was chock full of crazy, crazy zaniness. Basically, if you have Nickelodeon, you know about Game Lab, that kooky show that pits parents against child. Here at the tent, everybody gets to be a star. Members of the audience are actually put on stage to perform stunts, which usually result in a pie in the face of a parent, Nate Sears. Well, how does this thing work?
Well, we got lots of games and Nickelodeon-themed activities here today. We got stuff like slime. We even got cream pies.
You do?
Hold this for a second. And you know what? In our show, some people get slimed, and some people even sometimes get to take a pie in the face. Would you believe that?
Oh my gosh, Chuck! I just pied a kid! Oh my goodness, Chuck, to you!
Thank you, Paula. You're listening to Michelle Branch. We're on top of the Phoenix Center parking garage, and what a crowd there is up here tonight, filling in from after 5 o'clock this evening for tonight's show. And you know, normally we think of a Red Wing named McCarty. Tonight it's a band member named McCarty from Grindr. Good to see you.
Thanks, Chuck. You too. I'm good, thanks.
Now tell us about, this has been an incredible summer for you, coming off of a big high with the Red Wings, but really big for the band Grindr, huh?
Well, we've been having a lot of fun, and I guess with the success that the team has, we put the band together after we won in '97 and '98, so it just seemed right to put it together this summer, and we've just been out playing a lot of shows, having fun, getting out, seeing everybody, and having a good time. So that's what the summer's all about when you win the cup, enjoying it with everybody.
Now you've got more than a little hobby going here, so tell us, what does this mean to you? I mean, is this just a way to vent? What are we going to see in the future from Grindr or whatever it's called?
Well, not much in about 2 weeks, because it's back to the real job, but you know, just the opportunity to come out here and you know, we got to open up for Tommy Lee at Freedom Hill this summer, and to be here with Michelle Branch and live, and then the Howling Diablos. So just to be a part of it, it's so exciting to come out here with everybody. So what can I say? It's just been a great year.
Well, break a leg up there. Good to see you.
All right, Chuck.
Thanks for dropping by. Carmen, Devin, back to you.
How about that? We're going to get to hear a little bit of Grinder coming up here a little bit later on. This is the 5th year for Arts, Beats, and Eats, and every year the crowds out here have grown from somewhere from 30 to 40% each year. Amazing growth, the way that this has changed over the years, and I think the big reason here is the variety of what's out here.
And that's because there's so much to see, there's so much to hear, there's so much to do. We're going to take a look inside Arts, Beats, and Eats.
Metro Detroiters have never needed much arm twisting to get together and celebrate, and Chrysler's Arts, Beats, and Eats is further proof of that. In 5 short years, this Labor Day weekend festival has grown into one of the premier block parties in the country.
Well, it started as an idea by County Executive L. Brooks Patterson. He was in a restaurant in Pontiac and said, hey, how about a Taste Fest in Pontiac? So we came back to Brooks with the Arts, Beats, and Eats concept. Let's do not just the food, but music, world-class art show, and do a lot of stuff for family. He loved the idea, and it has grown leaps and bounds since then. 400,000 the first year, and over 1.3 million last year, and hopefully, you know, a little more this year.
Between the art, the music, and the food, there truly is something for everyone. You'll find the food along Saginaw Street.
We have about 50 restaurants and different types of cuisine, everything from traditional American to Indian food, Asian food, basically anything you could look for.
There's even more variety in the music. 160 bands play throughout the weekend on 5 different stages. Hot local acts and national superstars like Live and the Isley Brothers will put on free concerts. Of course, the art is not to be outdone. Almost 200 artists will display their works along both Pike and Lawrence Streets.
We have artists that come from all around the country and from Canada and from Mexico, and little by little Arts, Beats, and Eats has put its name on the map.
We're ranked number 11 in the country as fine craft show, number 23 as a fine art show. So from a country perspective, we've got some national recognition.
It all adds up to one spectacular weekend.
It's something we started, I believe this is our 5th, so 5 years ago. Had no idea that it would grow and blossom into what we have today. It's great. It shows you that people in this county, and actually surrounding county, really do enjoy quality activities, and this is certainly one of them.
Yeah, I don't think even the most optimistic projections 5 years ago could have thought that it would come to this in such a short period of time.
It's going to be fun. It really is. We've got a special person to introduce you to, and I mentioned him a little bit, Byron Hunter. He's a caricature artist. Byron, can you say hi?
Hello. How you doing?
What do you have on that piece of paper over there? I'm looking over your shoulder right now.
Nothing yet.
How do you decide which feature to exaggerate on a person? I mean, because that's what a caricature kind of does. Like on Devin. Like, what would you exaggerate on Devin?
It's a dangerous. Remember, you're on television, Byron.
The smile.
The hair.
The hair.
The jaw. He has a very masculine, rugged jaw.
Now, how does an artist, I mean, there's obviously tons of different styles of art. How does an artist become a caricaturist?
Well, I started out doing portraits. So, caricature is just kind of an extension of portrait art. So it's just a little more exaggerating from the features.
Well, we work together at night, so I see the stuff that he doodles. He's very good.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said he doodles.
Oh, does he?
Oh, on everything. Except
we
the
should
desk.
do our caricatures.
Yes,
only during weather, not during the rest of the stuff.
Anyway, we'll look over your shoulder more throughout the evening, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good.
He's going to be
really good.
he's going to get underway here drawing us, and we'll see how that turns out here coming up in a little bit. Now, we come back, we're going to take you back live over to the roof of the Phoenix Center. We'll hear some of the performance of Michelle Branch. Also, I saw Michael Curry over here from the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah,
he's going to check
tall.
in too. Yeah,
really
it's hard to miss in a crowd.
We're just getting started. Before we go to break, though, we want to remind you that this weekend on the Flagstar National Stage with music by the Howling Diablos, and you don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
Arts, Beats, and Eats Live is proudly sponsored by the DAIMLERCHRYSLER Corporation. Flagstar Bank, we're open from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And Oakland Virtual Medical Center, an environment of excellence for outpatient health care.
Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats Live. You're listening to 38 Special. We'll be performing tomorrow night at 8:30 on the Flagstar National Stage.
Good luck, y'all.
Oh, you like like
If
that.
you're coming out to see 38 Special or for any of the other events coming up, you're going to want to know where to park. We got a couple of suggestions for you.
Good luck.
First, you can park. I know it's been crowded tonight, but first you can park at the Phoenix Center garage. That's right here on the site. That'll cost you $8. Or you can park over at the Silver Dome. That'll cost you $5. And then there are shuttles that are running every 5 to 10 minutes from the times that you see they're listed on the screen, pretty much all day, right up to midnight, almost every night, and then the last night just until 9. But plenty of ways to get here to join us for this terrific time.
That's right. And you know, there's some people who don't leave the house. They just sit on their computer and they go to Arts, Beats, and Eats.
Right.
So you can log on to our website if you want to and catch up on what?
You don't
Howling
get,
Diablos,
right,
38
all the
Special,
entertainment that's
maybe
here.
Devin
It doesn't
and I
taste
will
as
be watching
good
right now.
online, that's for sure.
All right, let's check in with Chuck. Chuck, where are you?
Devin back on top of the Phoenix Parking Center, and you can see Michelle Branch taking a break between numbers. Here's somebody who has really burst onto the scene, taking lessons, music lessons at age 8, her first guitar at 14, and just a couple of years ago, just starting out professionally and now winning the VMA award last night from MTV. What a great night for her. And she said when she first made her way to the stage here in Pontiac that, you know, she hasn't slept since last night. You can imagine when you have people who've preceded you 2 years in a row like NSYNC. This is pretty tough competition to come up on stage from where you were with MTV last night and then make your way to Pontiac. But she's here. She's telling the crowd that, you know, she's not the party creature that the papers have made her out to be. Let's listen now as we hear from Michelle Branch.
I'm just going to start the next song. The things I believed in, I just want to get it over with. Tears form behind my eyes, but I do not cry, counting the days that pass me by. I've been searching deep down in my soul. Words that I'm hearing, I'm starting to get old. Feels like I'm starting all over again. The rest of the years just put down, and I said goodbye to you, goodbye to everything that I knew.
Michelle Branch has the beats, but I got your eats. The wonderful thing about Arts, Beats, and Eats is you get food. Throughout this show, we're going to actually have an entire meal. We're going to start with the appetizers. Zhang Li from Benihana. You've got a California roll. What is a California roll?
Well, California roll is a fresh avocado and cucumber, crab meat. They're wrapped with seaweed and Japanese vinegar rice.
It looks wonderful from Baja Fresh. We have Michael Versace. And what do you have here? Yummy.
I have a chicken taco and a steak taco, just like you would have in an authentic Mexican taqueria.
Okay, well, we're going to taste these. Thank you very much. This is the appetizer. Shirley's going to be the taster for the California roll because I'm allergic to seafood. Cheers. Oh, you guys, they don't call it Eats for nothing. Back to you, Carmen and Devin.
You know, you could do that. You could do that all weekend
We're
long.
hearing a lot of that as people walk along here.
You've got a special guest
We got
here.
a great guest here with us from the Detroit Pistons, a very familiar face to basketball fans, Michael Curry.
Michael,
thanks
how
for
are
being
you?
here.
Thanks for having me here today.
You bet. Now, the Pistons are pretty busy out here. You've got an interactive tailgate party going on. What's that all about?
Well, it's exciting. We have a lot of fans that are coming over, and we're doing some basketball, free throw shooting, three-point shooting, some challenging games, and we're giving them opportunity to win some T-shirts and win some tickets to
You know,
come
his
see
heart
us
is
play.
starting to beat a little bit because, you know, basketball is one of his favorite
I'm ready
things.
to go.
Now, what do you like to eat when you're here at Arts, Eats, and Beats?
Well, I just go around and see what looks good and just try a lot of different
What do you
things.
really like, the ribs?
I love ribs.
We got that going on a grill over here right next to us.
I've had my eye on that and that iced tea.
You know what we've got our eye on? We've got our eye on Byron Hunter. He's sketching caricatures of us. So when you walk by him, you know, just kind of look over
In fact,
and make sure.
when you're looking for what you want me to do, dunking over Michael Curry might be what my character ought to do.
Basketball. Michael, thank you so much. Have a good season.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having us.
Enjoy the rest of the summer.
And I will. And we just want to say thanks for everyone's support.
Oh, you bet. Michael, thanks for being here. The Pistons that we were talking earlier, very busy in all kinds of community projects. Great to have them here. We come back. Paula is going to take us to the wonderful world of glass blowing. That'll come up in just a minute. And don't forget Darren McCarty's band Grinder coming up as Byron continues his work on Carmen and I.
Don't forget the art, and there's a list of the acts playing on the Miller Lite stage this weekend. The music is by the Woody Washington Band, and you can see them on Monday afternoon. We'll be right back after this.
Sounds of the group live, and they're going to be playing live coming up here in about an hour and a half. If you want to hear them, big time group, you want to hear them, come up, you need to be getting with the program here. Again, about an hour and a half away.
You know, we're here tonight, but if you want to come and check out other personalities from Local 4, you might want to see Steve Garagiola. He'll be here throughout the weekend, along with John Gables, Michael Van Wolf, Bernie, Eric Wilson, Kevin Dees, a whole lot more. So stop by and say hello and tell them how much I love them.
Let's get back over to Chuck and see what's happening there over at the main stage. Chuck?
Hi, Carmen. Hi, Devin. Michelle Bradshaw performing, and a lot of big fans here, young and old alike. What's your name?
Christina.
Where are you from?
Troy.
What do you think of this concert so far?
Yeah, I am.
You like it? And you, ma'am, you're not a young fan, are you?
Oh, no.
Do you like her?
Absolutely. Yes.
There's a little girl over this lady's shoulder who is singing every single word to every single song. That's the way it's going out here tonight. I'll tell you, the forecast for the weekend looks really nice. We've got a lot of sunshine, maybe a little shower for Monday, but generally beautiful fair weather, which is going to make for great attendance out here on top of the roof and otherwise. Let's go over to Paula now. Hi, Paula.
Hi, I'm on Pike Street now, and you know, of all the incredible art you can see here at the festival, really almost nothing as beautiful as glass blowing. And in fact, we're going to tell you how these incredible artists do this incredible work.
There's just something about glass. It's almost soothing to look at with its fluid shapes and colors. Well, meet Stan Megdal. Glass is his specialty. His tables are magnificent. His vases unique. And isn't this the most gorgeous perfume bottle you have ever seen? It takes about 20 minutes for Stan to turn shards of scrap like this into a beautiful bowl like this. But we're going to show you how he does it in 2. Here goes. First, he heats his pipe to 1800 degrees and gathers a ball of molten glass. Then he adds 4 layers of color, like so, and cooks the entire mixture.
This glass at working temperature is anywhere from around in the mid-1700 degrees to right around 2000 degrees.
Next, it's over to his bench. He centers the piece, then traps air in it by blowing through the pipe. All the while, he's careful to keep the glass at the right temperature.
If it's too hot, it'll collapse. If it's too cold, it'll just shatter apart.
Stan reheats the glass before adding another layer of color with this white powder, then cools it using an air compressor.
And now I'm going to go and put my pattern or my design onto the surface.
Now this process separates the white coloring from the purple. Time to reheat and center the piece.
So I've got all my color and the pattern in that I want for this piece. Now it's time to start to form it.
This is called necking. Stan is separating the glass from the pipe. After blowing more air in it, he prepares to put the base on the bowl. Once it's on, he shapes it by hand and reheats it all.
Now I'm going to transfer this piece over to another pipe so I can open up the mouth or the neck area and turn this into a bowl.
Using a file, Stan cracks off the piece. Another minute in the furnace, and it's time to add a pink rim to the bowl.
It'll almost frame the piece in like a painting. Like a painting needs a good frame to frame it in. That's what the rim will do.
Reheat and back to the bench.
This is called a steaming effect. Instead of actually blowing with your mouth, I'm letting steam push the piece and blow the piece for me.
Here comes the cool part. Stan superheats the entire piece. Now watch how quickly he forms the bowl. Very cool.
This whole piece is being held together by, oh, I'd say less than 1/2 inch of glass. This is called a leer, and this will stabilize the glass at about 900 degrees. And then it slowly brings it down to room temperature through a ramping cycle. It takes about 12 to 14 hours, depending on how thick the glass is.
Now, Stan Megdal, glass sculptor, this is just beautiful. But now, what makes this more functional or more art?
Well, this piece here happens to have a nice large base to it, which does help it sit upright. So we'll hold things. But I also have pieces that don't have such large bases on the bottom, and they're more sculptural, and they will lay on their side, you know. So.
Okay, this is like looking into the sun. This is beautiful, folks. You got to come and see the arts here. Back to you guys.
All right, Paula, that's the arts. We're going to get back to eats, Carmen. We're joined by Larry Donaldson from Larry's Soul Food, and it's smelling really good right here.
Thank you very much. Fine, thank you. How about yourself? I have a pork rib, and we...
That's a whole slab.
A whole slab,
oh, it's looking, oh, it looks
really
good.
Did you use those seasonings over
Yes,
there?
I did.
Is that the first thing you put on there before you...
Actually, I like to take and clean it real good. I pull the skin off the back.
A lot of people don't do that.
A lot of people don't do that, exactly. I pull the skin, and then I seasoning real good. Lowry seasoning sauce and just regular pepper and salt. And then after that, just stick it on the grill. And
You know,
let it go.
I asked you, and you can tell the folks at home that really like to grill, which side do you put on first?
Yeah.
And is that important?
Well, I guess it's anyone's preference, but I like to put the backside on first.
Okay, that's the meat part.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, exactly.
the other thing is a lot of people think you need to boil ribs first or cook them first before you put them on the grill to keep them tender. What do you think?
I don't think
No,
you
I
should.
Right
don't
from the
think you
grill
should.
from the beginning.
That's right, right.
And then they look like this after you leave them on for how long?
Exactly.
You're going to come over here and tell us about
Not
this?
only do we have the ribs
Should I
over
give this
here,
to
but
Devin?
these
Yes.
thank you very much.
And the cake is mine, right, Larry?
And the
You can have
sides
it.
that we've got here, Larry, you made as well, right?
Exactly.
Wouldn't be the
Macaroni and
same.
cheese and potato salad.
And the
All right.
potato salad?
Yes.
Now, here's a fork for you, Devin.
Thank you very
Okay?
much.
And there's a fork here for me.
And Larry's Soul Food does have a booth out here, right here along Saginaw Street,
Yes,
right?
yes. Actually on the corner of Huron and Saginaw.
And he
All right,
marinates them first.
Fantastic. We can't wait. We got to
Oh
get
my
to a
God,
quick
that is
commercial
really
break,
good.
though. But when we come back, we're going to have a discussion with Michelle Branch
That's
coming
right,
up.
you'll be here a whole lot more. We'll talk more about food, more about art. We haven't really talked about art. Larry, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Larry, thanks. Welcome back to Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats, live from Pontiac. Beautiful, beautiful night. Isn't this the perfect
Oh, and
weather
the
to end
sun
the summer?
going down just
I
makes
know.
it look so much nicer. Are you going to eat that?
I am, while you talk about our
Oh.
new project
Well,
called
you know, we
Club
wanna
Mom. You dig right in there.
We're going to talk about Club Mom a little bit. And WDIB is proud to co-sponsor this along with Farmer Jack. You pick out a credit card you decide you want to use, and every time you use it, you get points, and you can go on a vacation to a health spa. Anyway, it's something moms really need, and some dads need it too. But it's called Club Mom. It's coming to you in September. Look for it at your favorite Farmer Jack store.
I'm going to tell you a
Was
lot
that
more
fast
about it,
enough?
no doubt, then. Let's get back over to Chuck. That was very good.
Chuck?
Chuck?
Well, hi, Carmen. Hi, Devin. Back on top of the Phoenix Center roof, and you can see from their sky cam here what's going on. John Witz, who's the producer of this event, is with me. You don't think all these little girls are here to see you, do you?
No, I don't think so. I'm kind of bummed. My one chance on prime time, I had to bring my hair and makeup artist with me, and it's kind of depressing, but man, what a great crowd, what a great night at Chrysler Arts Beats and Eats.
You couldn't ask for better timing with the awards last night and having Michelle Branch here tonight. What a big deal.
We knew we had a great artist and a great talent when we worked with Flagstar Bank and Channel 955 to make her happen. We didn't know we were going to get that big hit tomorrow, and it's great, and it's especially great to have Local 4 out here filming everything live and doing a special. We know we've made it as a festival when you guys come and see us.
Well, we knew that you were doing that before, and you've got some great things going on with hundreds of artists, performing artists, right?
Sure, we have got some great other musical acts coming up tomorrow night. Clarence Clemens from the E Street Band, 38 Special, Jonathan Butler Jazz, the Isley Brothers on Sunday, Sawyer Brown on Monday. Great lineup, great visual artists, 200 artists from across the country, and great food, great family stuff, too.
Well, we're going to run. Good to see you.
Great
Well,
to
I
see
saw
you.
you, what, 5:45 this morning?
I don't know how we're still standing.
Yeah. Back to you, Paula.
Oh, you know, while walking through this festival, I picked up some really fun facts. Did you know the main ingredients to making ceramic? Dirt and sand. Let's see how dazzling dirt can be. Out in Ann Arbor, there lives a fellow named Stan Baker. He's a handyman of sorts. He built this studio all by himself. But this handyman's true passion is pottery.
I've been making pots since I was 16 years old. It was in junior high, and they had a potter's wheel there, and they said, oh, there's the potter's wheel, but you can't use it. And that, of course, just intrigued me. It's like, oh, okay, well, if I can't use that, that's what I'm going to have to try and use.
26 years later, he makes his living turning lumps of clay like this into art. First, he runs the clay through this, well, it's kind of an odd-looking contraption. It's called a de-airing pug mill. It removes the air bubbles and makes the clay consistent. Then it's over to the wheel, and the fun begins.
What I'm doing now is throwing a pot. This is the term we use for making or creating a piece of pottery. It's called throwing. We start off by centering the clay, and this one is going to be a platter, so I'm pulling the clay out to the very edges. Now we get over there to the edges, just kind of pinch it between my two fingers, and controlling it, I just pull it up into the shape I like.
The basic process of throwing pots on a wheel like this dates back to our ancient ancestors, and it hasn't changed in thousands of years.
It's just enjoyable to feel that clay running between your fingers, and when I sit around and throw pots, I never think that I'm working.
After the wheel, it's time for the kiln. The pots bake overnight at about 2,300 degrees. And by the next day, well, this is what you get. After a little glaze and his trademark paint design is applied, voila! You've got yourself a fully functional dishwasher and microwave-safe plate.
That's the wonderful thing about pottery. You start off with a chunk of clay that's totally malleable, and when this is finished, just like we find today pottery that's made by the Egyptians, this is going to last practically forever.
Stan Baker, short for Stanford Baker. This stuff is beautiful. I think it's great to get your hands dirty, but how do you get your inspiration for these beautiful designs? This is so clean.
Well, I look at nature and I see flowers and trees and stuff, and then I try and, emulate it onto the pottery.
What is it like when you see this finished product?
Well, it's really fun. You never know what it's going to do, so you do the best you can.
And it is absolutely gorgeous. This is why I love these festivals. You get to walk around and actually look at the stuff and even buy it. Back to you guys.
Oh, that's the most important part is buying it.
I know. I'm lucky enough to have a potter in my house.
So you don't have to buy
Corey's the potter. Well, but it's wonderful to watch the way it all comes.
Oh,
it's an amazing artistic thing.
You know, when we come back, we're going to find out what Paula's main course is. We've seen what she likes in art, but what does she like in food? And Darren McCarty's band Grinder's going to do a song for us. I can't wait to hear that. What about you? Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
You'll want to head west of the Dodge stage to check out the Nickelodeon Game Lab. You'll find jugglers and magicians on the Yaks Kids stage. The Metro Parents Craft Center lets kids make some art of their own. And don't forget about the rides at Gardner White's Kiddie Carnival. Then head north on Saginaw, where you can explore Sprint's Technology of the Future and test your skills on the Jeep climbing wall.
Julie, how are you? How are you, Karen? Good. You gotta be thrilled.
Oh, look at the work that's going on there.
Is that me? Oh my gosh.
Byron, that's looking
It
absolutely terrific there. And
Thank
we'll just a little bit more.
I don't know, Byron.
That's pretty darn great, Byron. Byron has been working on caricatures of Carmen and I here for the last half hour. Well,
Griffin is his son.
he does look just like Griffin, yeah. That's nice. Welcome back. This has been a fantastic evening so far. The weather's perfect. I've now finally eaten, and that's good too. And the potato salad too. But the really important thing that's going on out here is there's so much of this that goes toward charity.
And we don't want to forget about that, do we? We're talking about art, we're talking about music, and certainly all the food and the charities that benefit from this. And certainly the people who are out here today are, my goodness, look at this. There's like a sea of people out here.
In fact, here's how that charity connection works.
Chrysler Arts Beats and Eats isn't all fun and games, you know. While you're out having a good time, did you know the vast majority of proceeds from the event goes to charity?
We have 11 charities that are core beneficiaries. They include Boys and Girls Club of North Oakland, the Fan Club Foundation, Oakland Family Services, Rainbow Connection. It's really a win-win. People get to come and enjoy free entertainment, but proceeds from food and beverage sales have gone to charity. Last year was $237,000. This year we hope to grow it even more.
For the past 2 years, Arts Beats and Eats organizers have gone a step further, hosting a charity preview at the Somerset Collection a week before the festival.
Tonight we're here for Arts du Jour, which is the cornerstone fundraising event of the Arts Beats and Eats Foundation.
Arts du Jour showcases nearly half of the restaurants participating in Chrysler Arts Beats and Eats. The general public can buy tickets to this elegant affair where they can hobnob while indulging in some tasty treats.
The food is wonderful. I'm going to have to run an extra couple miles tomorrow. But just the atmosphere and the food and the environment is just great.
A lot of your favorite restaurants that you might go to over the course of the year are all here tonight, so it makes it sort of interesting because you can, dabble in a lot of your favorite foods, listen to music, and visit with friends.
And then there's the fashion show. Local 4's own Sean Gables helped MC as Metro Detroit celebrities strutted their stuff. Gracing the catwalk were familiar faces like Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, Pontiac Mayor Willie Payne. And WDIV was well represented by Karen Drew, Jennifer Donlin, and Jason Hill. Charlie's Angels have nothing on these guys. Fun was had by all, but the charities were the real winners on this night.
Karen Drew looked a little too comfortable doing that, didn't she?
She liked that.
That was great.
But you can't talk, go ahead.
We've been talking about, of course, Chrysler Arts Beats and Eats, and that means there's a Chrysler connection to all of this. Julie Rame is the director of Dodge Communications.
Today.
Yeah, you got a lot to smile about here tonight.
This is wonderful.
We do. We're really, really proud to be a part of this again for the 5th consecutive year. I mean, any event that draws over $800,000 for local charities and has seen over 3 million people is amazing.
Keep it going every year. This is the 5th year. What do you do differently?
Or how you keep it growing is the thing. It's been crazy.
Luckily for us, as our product line grows and the different events and interactive opportunities that we provide and events around the country grow, it continues to make this more interactive. This year is no exception. We have the Jeep Rock climbing wall, the Dodge NHL slap shot. We've got the really loud Dodge Raminator monster truck. We've got a lot of great kids events like the Dodge Ram pedal cars and the Jeep battery operated Wranglers and the PT remote control cruiser and our partners at Mopar with the Image Center. So it's just excellent. And the big giveaway this
Julie,
year.
we can feel your enthusiasm. We've got Paula Tubman who's standing by. Devin has already eaten. I'm still hungry, but that's
You're
okay.
still looking for. You got to pick. You got to pick right.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Paula's standing by with the main course. Paula.
Hi, you guys. Okay, now we've been talking about eating our way through the festival. Now we're on to our main course. We have Bob Morton from Lily's Seafood. What do you have here?
We got sexy sweet potato fries, seared sesame tuna, and Caribbean crab cakes.
And what makes this so sexy?
Oh, we got a secret sexy spice on there.
Okay, I'm going to taste that in a second. Okay, also we have Stir Crazy. What do you have right here?
This is our Kung Pao shrimp right here. We also have our nutty noodle, our sesame chicken, and our sweet and spicy chicken.
Oh my gosh. No, we also have Jack. Don't be Frank and Ernest. Be Jack. No. Taste this. Let's taste the seafood and see what you think.
There you go, Jack.
Let's taste that dip. Oh my God, that's delicious.
Mango and chipotle.
Mango! I love it. You guys, so much to eat. What do you think, Jack?
Oh, I love it. Never had this before.
And who knew we were going to make you eat on television, right?
I didn't know.
You got to eat down here, guys. Great, thanks. Back to you.
You know what?
We need
What am
some
I
of
doing
that.
here?
That looked good.
Does it
Oh, that's
feel?
nice.
Doesn't that work?
That's very
and
nice.
Show them what you have.
I know. We've got these
some
great
earrings.
little. I don't even know. Is that what they are?
Here's
I haven't figured out what
everything.
these are, but they blink beautifully and they're magnetic. That's all I know.
Oh, let's talk about the people that are going to be on the stage, on the Miller stage in just a few minutes. Michelle Branch, we might get a chance to talk with her.
We're also going to be grilling some quesadillas when we come back.
right,
So
don't go
yes,
away.
more food. That's what we need. Back with more from Pontiac when we continue in just a moment.
This worked a minute ago.
Does it have a water thing on it?
The sea had called to me one night, I didn't know what for. So guided by the moon's clear light, I ran down to the shore. Ahead I saw a little man, a shadow far away.
Oh, don't we look lovely, damn it. Byron, you got to put this earring that he's got on his ear flashing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did add an earring since
You're watching the
since
work
Byron
of
started. I
Byron
finally figured
Hunter.
out how this thing worked, though. So, what do you
You've
think?
got all night.
Is that a nice look?
You really do. Now, Byron, you're holding up the pictures of us, too. Now, are you using those pictures, too?
Pardon?
Are you using the pictures, too? You have pictures
No,
of us?
not anymore.
No?
I'm doing you live.
You're just feeling us from there, huh?
Gotcha.
You're feeling those warm vibes?
Absolutely.
Let's get back over to Paula Tupman. Paula, what's going on?
Oh, Carmen and Deborah, we've already seen glass blowers and potters in action. Now it's time to take a look at some photography. We're going to meet a photographer who travels the world but always finds his way back to Michigan for this particular festival. James Fassinger makes his living as a professional photographer, and he's become a very rich man doing it. It's not what you're thinking. We're not talking about money. His wealth is in experience. He's been able to travel the world doing what he loves for more than a decade now.
I just used to like taking pictures of flowers and people on the street or just anything as we were out and about. And I think ever since then I was always interested in capturing images of daily life and things like that.
8 months a year, Fassinger lives in the Czech Republic with his wife and son. The other 4 months his family spends here in Michigan. His passport has more than 100 stamps on it, and he's captured images that, if not for his keen eye, would have been overlooked and lost forever.
My inspiration for my work really just stems from the interest in people and humanity in general. Most of my work is all done in black and white, and I use natural light. It's all street scenes, people, and their environments, basically. There's something about it that you just can't get in color. I think most of my favorite photographs involve people as the dominant subject within the image.
And behind every person, in every image, there is a story. If you ask him, he'll share it with you. After all, it's the story the picture tells that makes it so much more than just a picture. James Fassinger, tell me about these stories behind these pictures.
Well, most of my pictures have a story behind them. I love to travel the world and I take pictures in the streets. Everything's done in black and white. It gives it a good mood to it. I just love telling stories with pictures.
Do you have a favorite?
My favorite is the one that I'm holding right here. It's a dining car from Transylvania in Romania.
And it is fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us. We love talented people here on Local 4. Back to you guys.
What's up, Detroit?
Well, we're live back at the Phoenix Center, and we're live with Michelle Branch, who's, you know, just like your song Everywhere. You are everywhere. MTV last night and your VMA award. Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much. It's hard to hear you, so it's very loud out here. It's awesome.
Well, we've got Grindr playing behind us, but tell me about this whirlwind for you. You haven't gone to sleep since yesterday, have you? Or is it before yesterday?
I've been up for more than 24 hours. So yesterday was the VMAs, and I wasn't expecting to win. And I won the Viewer's Choice Award, and I've kind of been up ever since, running off of adrenaline.
And tell us what's next, because I know you when you get out there, I have to tell you, there's a connection between you and these fans that's very real, and you're very real to them, and I think they appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, you know, I remember going to concerts and just looking at the artists and going, wow, you know, what is it about them that just touches so many people? And so to hear that back is a huge compliment. So thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you. Enjoy your stay in Detroit.
Thank you, I will.
Carmen, Devin, back to you.
All right,
I don't know how he can hear himself.
She couldn't either. We got to get to a commercial break, but still a lot more to come. Paula's going to move on to dessert
That's
in
right,
just
the
a
band
minute.
47 Yuma will take us to break. They're on the Dodge stage, so stay with us.
And a big hello to all our friends.
Everything is a beginning. Real love like eternity. Everything is a beginning.
Arts, Beats, and Eats Live has been brought to you by the DAIMLERCHRYSLER Corporation. DTE Energy, for all the energy you'll ever need. E equals DTE. Gardner White, we're known by the money you keep. And Farmer Jack, down-to-earth goodness.
They could do that all night long, Devin.
Bet they could. Darren McCarty and Grinder at Arts, Beats, and Eats in Pontiac in front of a, look at that huge crowd over there. And here's the crowd along Saginaw Street, which is where all the food is, and that's where I'd be. No disrespect to Darren McCarty.
Actually.
Right.
We should actually take them all home.
Yeah.
And then who would feed them? They'd have to come back. Because
That's
this
true.
runs
That's
for
why I'm
the
going to be
entire
back.
weekend.
You go ahead and do this part, all right?
Okay, I will. We want to welcome you back to Arts, Beats, and Eats, and Paula Tuppen has a great dessert for us. Let's take a look at it.
You
Paula?
guys, of course, you know I've been eating my way through the festival. We started off with our appetizer. We went to our main course, and now we have Howard Waxer here from Parties with Class Catering for dessert. Tell me what we're going to eat here.
We're going to have bananas Foster. It's brown sugar and butter caramelized. Add bananas. We flambe it with 151 rum.
All right.
And serve it over vanilla ice cream.
Can I eat this on the air? We've got rum.
We can have it. It's rum deflated. Rum is burned off.
Oh.
We were voted best of the fest last year. We're very proud of that fact.
All right, let's taste it. You know what? I have not had a bad meal here today.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you for joining us. You'll leave that, right?
Of course I will.
Okay. So much for dessert. Back to you guys.
Boy, could you tell from her face?
Looks good.
Are you almost finished?
I'm not quite. No. This Larry Soul Food brought this by. I've still got 3 other places I want to try
You're
before I
gonna
leave
try
today.
Byron, we just want to take a look at the caricature. Now, do you have a rib in his hand when he's... No, there
You
it
didn't
is.
draw me eating, did you, Byron?
No, I did.
Take a
got
look
the
at Byron's
earrings on.
work. Oh, that looks great.
did.
He did put the earring in. Beautiful. That's me and an
Now,
earring.
how long does it take you to do that, really?
Normally about 10 minutes per person.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. That was a lot of fun. I really like that.
Well, let's get back over to Chuck and check in one more time at the stage. Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Devin, you're hearing the music up here. That's Grinder from Darren McCarty. Pontiac Mayor Willie Payne here. Going to say, Mr. Mayor, he's up here to say hi to everybody, and you've got to see what's going on up here. Everybody hanging around after Michelle Branch to listen to what's going on with Darren McCarty and Grinder.
Gotta give it up, you know you can't get it up, Mr. Kansas.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we're out here live. Tell me, what do you think of this crowd? Looks great.
Unbelievable. Yeah. You know, this is an exciting moment, not only for Pontiac, but for Oakland County and the state of Michigan. You know, this is the most attended outdoor festivity in the history of Michigan. And we're excited about it, that they're coming to Pontiac to be with us. So we welcome you guys to come back.
All right, good to see you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Take care. I'll say goodbye for now, send it back down to Paula. I think I'll find my hearing later tonight. See you guys.
Okay. Hi, you guys. Oh, you know what? I just want to let you know I've had a fabulous time eating my way through the festival. Like I said, they don't call it Chrysler Arts, Beats, and Eats for nothing, you guys. Make sure you come on down and bring your appetite. Have a great night.
See you, Paula. It has been a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I think we've hopefully given you a taste of just how much variety there is out here. Whatever you do this weekend, get out and support all there is to do out and about in the community. The State Fair is going on this weekend, the Jazz Festival downtown, the Peach Festival in Romeo, and just so much to do.
Speaking of peaches.
There's a couple of peaches.
We just want to thank the people of Pontiac for making us feel so at home here. I mean, everybody came by and said hello, how much they loved us. We loved you too. Thank you for inviting us to share this. Chrysler's Eats, Beats, and Treats. Arts, Beats, and Beats.
Arts, Beats, and
I got
Eats.
until next year to get it right.
And thanks to Byron Hunter as we take one more look here at the terrific job that he did on our caricatures.
Yeah, we're
And
going to go back to Grinder.
Darren McCarty and Grinder playing out here, and then we mentioned all the other entertainment coming up. Isley Brothers are going to be here this weekend. Sawyer Brown, for those of us who are Nashvilleian inclined, as you will, coming up on Monday. And that's it. That's going to be it for us and all of the wonderful people at Channel 4 that help make these kinds of events possible. Thanks to you guys. You did a great job, as always. And thank you so much for joining us live from Pontiac at Arts, Beats, and Eats. We'll see you back here tonight.
I'm going to go back on vacation, okay?
Okay, you do
So I'll
that.
see you in a couple of days.
We'll see you next week. You bet. Have a great night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
I got this out in my mind. The same thought she falls asleep. I look around from back today. I get the feeling that I get this call. I said, you can't afford a cannon. She can't afford.
Promotional consideration provided by Action Limousine Detroit, Metro Detroit's premier ground transportation company, offering a full selection of luxury sedans, limousines, corporate vans, and luxury limousine coaches for all occasions. And Sears, providers of the Kenmore Grill. Sears, where else?